Good morning everyone. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome to the PIC Training. So in our previous class we learned that what is food watch, what is the importance of food watch and why we need to implement it in our daily operations, right? So today we are going to learn how to do a process check using food watch, right? So you have already got your login credentials, right? Now how you have to do is first you have to open the food watch, then you have to add your username, your password, and then click on login. So once you log in, it will take you to the main page where you'll have three categories: self-inspection, manage action, and choose action, close action. So since today we are going to learn about the process check, so for that you have to click on self-inspection. Once you click on self-inspection, it will take you to a page where it will ask you to select your respective entity. So once you click on your respective entity, it will take you to the page of My Checks. So under My Checks, then you'll have several categories. So today, since we are going to do the process check, so we'll click on process check. Right? Now, when you click on process check, you'll be taken to a page where you'll be having different processes over there. Now, let's start with receiving process. Like if you have received any product, how you're going to enter that data into the food watch, right? So for that, you will click on the receiving, and once you click on the receiving category, it will take you to the next page where it will ask you select the sub process. Sub process means whether the product is dry, hot, chilled, or frozen. Now let's take an example of yogurt. Yogurt is a chilled product, right? So you will select the category of chilled process, right? Okay, once you select the chilled process, then it will take you to the next page where you have to add the further requirements for the details of that product. So for that, first it is asking you to write the name of the food, okay? So you will type yogurt over here. Once you start typing, the product name will show you down. But if it is not showing, that means that product has not been added into your product list. So first you have to add that into your product list, then only you can go ahead with adding more details. So for that you have to click on the green icon with the plus sign on it, and it will take you to the page add entity product, right? So here you will add the product name, and then you will add the picture of that product. And it is always recommended that you take the original picture of that product which you're buying, which you're purchasing. So that picture has to be uploaded, and then click on add code. So that product will be added into your list. Now this is how it will show. See, your yogurt has been added into your product list. So this is how it will show here. Then you will go back to the receiving page, and once you start typing, it will automatically appear yogurt. So you click on yogurt, and next then you will have to add the further details like temperature. So before adding the temperature of that product, you have to first select the target limit of that product, temperature of that product. So target limit has to be as per the food code. So once you have set and logged the target limit, it will ask you that target limit has been set, and you verify it that it has to be as per the food code safety standards. Okay. So once it is verified, then you will add the temperature of the product. Let's say if you have received the product at 3 degrees centigrade, then you will mention 3 degrees centigrade over here. Next, it will ask you about the transfer time. Transfer time means that within how many minutes you have transferred the product into the storage area. Since it is a high risk item, so definitely you have to maintain the transfer time. So again, first you have to select the target limit for that. Let's say if it is 15 minutes, you will log that 15 minutes. But if you have transferred the product in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, you will mention as per the storage time, transfer time. Alright. So let's say if you have found any issues with the product, then what you're going to do with that? Then you will click on this other, and you will add those issues. So whatever issues you have found with that product, you are going to mention them over here, then add, and then click on not acceptable. Obviously you have found some issues, so you are not going to accept the product, you're going to reject that. So you click on not acceptable. So once you click on not acceptable, it will take you to the corrective action. That what corrective action you are going to take, who is going to take that corrective action. So then you'll have to select the PIC or technical expert, for example. So who is the technical expert, you have to select that, who is going to take the corrective action, and then there are marks you are going to add over here that what corrective action they have taken. So once it is done, then you will click on submit. But let's say if you have received the product with all the required criteria and it is being acceptable, then you will click on accept. acceptable, right? So this, it will show you green, and then after submitting, it will show you that receiving chill process has been saved successfully, right? Okay, so that means now you have done with the receiving process. Now let's take an example of another process. For example, we go back to the process check page. Let's take the example of process of disinfection. So when you click on disinfection, it will take you to the next page where it will ask you that what you're going to disinfect: fruits, vegetables, or leafy vegetables. So let's take an example of fruits, right? So you'll click on fruits and it will take you to the next page, that what food, what type of fruit is that. So in food category, you have to mention what fruit is that. Let's say it is apple. Again, if it has not been added into your list, then you have to go back to the add entity product and add it into your entity product list. So once it is added, then further you can add the details of that product. So once you have added the name of the food, then you will have to add the concentration, like 1 ppm, 2 ppm. Again, for them you have to first select the target limits, and then you have to add your limits, that what you have received at that time, what you have been doing at that time. Then contact time also, what is the required contact time, target contact time, and what contact time you have given, that you have to add over here. And then you are going to click on acceptable or not acceptable based on your data entry. You have to select whether it is acceptable or not acceptable. So if it is acceptable, you will click on the submit link. Okay. So at the end, if you want to check the report of your processes, then you will go on to the main page again, and here the last you will see the link process check report. So when you will click on the process check reports, here the entire detail of that process will come, that what temperature was received, how many, within what time it was transferred, and if there has been accepted or not accepted. So all those details will come as a report over here, right? And since you can see over here star, so this star means that which process you are using often, it will be marked as star, means it will be marked as your favorite process since you have been doing it regularly, right? So that's how you're going to do the process check for the rest of the things. For example, if you have any storage product for defrosting, heat processing, cooling, and holding, so on, right? Okay, so this is how we are going to do the process check. Now obviously let's do it practically so that we can learn it in a much better way, right? So all of you take out your phones, log in your credentials, and then one by one we will do the process. We'll practice it on the phone so that we learn it in a much better way. Okay, thank you.